I know I haven't told you guys this before, but there are many things that I've learned about the cultures in other countries and what they expect from women, and not only what they expect from women, but what the women expect from themselves. You see, American women will have you believe that foreign women are being forced to be, wholesome, and they're being forced to be virtuous and blah, blah, blah. No, there are some in those environments who would rather be in America with the freedom to behave however they wished, the same way American women do. But by and large, the overwhelming majority of women in those cultures are perfectly okay with elevating themselves to a level of expectation where they can expect a quality man to want to have them in his life because they hold themselves in a higher regard. You see, we talk all the time about how by the time American women are 25, you meet them and they've already got at least one child. Most times they've got two, and it's rarely by the same man. In these other cultures, especially in Africa where I'm planting my roots now, women in Africa, man, be 30, 35, beautiful, young, tender bodies, young, tender faces with no children. Man, you could find a 25, 26, 27, 28, 30-year-old virgin in an African country. I've done it. I mean, the tokens of virginity, man, presented by her family. So when I tell you that foreign women are a little bit more desirable when it comes to being wholesome, being untouched, being unblemished, being undefiled by other men's touch, I am telling you the truth. It is nothing like it. Man, the most beautiful woman that I've met in Africa is 35. I don't mean the most beautiful 30. I mean the most beautiful woman, period. Gorgeous woman. 35 years old, man, no children, never been married. We didn't even get into discussing if she was a virgin or not, because I don't ask those questions. I allow women to volunteer that information to me. Now, am I saying I'm going to be going over to these countries, tricking off and balling? No, I'm not saying that at all. But what I am telling you is there are women in other countries that will make you see, shine light on the way that American women devalue themselves. Like you're not going to go to Africa and find the majority of the women trying to solidify a position as a slut. You think about what that means. You think about what it means for a group of women to say, I am a slut and I am proud of it. And I should be held in the same regard as a woman who is not a slut, as a woman who has been with one man, as a woman who has been with no men. When I tell you, man, that foreign women are different, and not just when it comes to who they've been sexually involved with, the most impressive thing about foreign women, the most desirable thing about foreign women is their demeanor. And it's not even about being a pushover or being owned, or they are just more effeminate. Their voices are softer. They carry themselves in a softer way. They dress like women. They don't want to dress like men. They are not in competition with men because of the simple fact they value being women. The problem with American women is that they don't value womanhood anymore. They've gotten to the point where they say manhood is better than womanhood. There is nothing you can tell me about womanhood that makes womanhood comparative to manhood. So I would rather introduce manhood into my life. That is why American women are becoming more masculine. It is not because men are telling them that this is what they want. It is because they see the benefits of masculinity. And though there are benefits to femininity, the problem is it's been so long since femininity has been prioritized in America that American women don't even remember the benefits of it. They don't even know how to use femininity. The only part of femininity that they know how to use is their bodies for sex. They don't know how to present femininity as a prize, as something to be treasured by a man. But you go to these other countries and they know that. They know it, they do it. And so that is the reason why I myself, now what you do is perfectly okay. If you're a man who feels like American women are worth your time, are worth the effort that it takes to even be sexually involved with them, that's your thing, man. I am not knocking you for that. I am telling you for myself, as a master of my own desires, as the one who controls my desires and not women. Women do not control my desires. There was a time when they did. I'm just like any other man. There was a time when a woman could call me at 2 o'clock in the morning, man, and ask me to come over, and I'd get up out of my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning and go over. Man, there ain't a woman in America that can call me. There ain't a woman in the world that can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning and all she wants to offer me is some sex. I'm not getting out of my bed at 2 o'clock in the morning for no sex, man. I don't put sex before my rest. So the thing is, I'm beyond the point where I put a woman's body and what it can offer before I put my body and what it can offer. My body can offer me health and violence for the rest of my eternal life. Her body can only offer me momentary pleasure. Now, yes, of course, dealing with African women, it limits my ability to have women around, but I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm so busy and have my focus on so many things to prosper that I can plot those days. Whereas a man may plot a vacation to go to anywhere, I plot my vacations as visits from African women. And what I am telling you is there are some African women who have their own businesses, their own passport, their own visas, and they can get somewhere and go somewhere. Now, once they come to me, yes, it's a vacation for them. I would never ask a woman to pay for things when she comes to visit me from another country. First of all, her currency is not going to measure up. So whatever her currency is there, it is not going to be the same here. It is going to be much less. And then furthermore, I mean, why would I do that? This is my place. The way I live, even though I am a minimalist, the way I live is still balling to a woman from Africa. Of course, there are some women who are going to appreciate the experience of just coming to chill with an alpha male in America more than others. They're all going to appreciate it, but there are some who are going to adore it. There are some who are going to cherish it. And, you know, those are the ones that I interact with, man. And so it may be 2 or 3 times a year where I have a woman come visit me from Africa, and that's okay with me, man. That's okay. And, you know, there may only be 3 women. But that's perfectly okay with me, man. I can handle that. What I am saying is, in my estimation, until you experience the femininity that other women and other cultures provide, you will forever be under the illusion that an American woman will ever present to you the true essence of femininity. Peace.